The second of two games tonight. It's the Browns and Steelers underway to wrap up week 2. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
On the set. Blue striker. Striker, 3-3. Hut.
Lance going to put it up right away. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Intended that time for Cooper, but it's going to be second down. You look at this Steeler defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
They run with a rookie from K-State, Deuce Vaughn. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick six, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Oh, good move. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Vaughn on 1st and 10. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, completion. They'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
52 blaster. 43 rail.
Here's Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. That's big Cameron Hayward adding another sack to his career total. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. This is fielded at the 27. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Misdirection's the key on this play. They line up with 3 receivers to the opposite side of the tight end, and they're all going to work their way across the field and let the tight end slip underneath against flow the other way. They're banking that he can get lost, and that's exactly what happened as they picked up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Steelers had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He's got Allen. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, here's Pickett. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Steelers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Harris. We'll get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers had 6 to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-0 as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Cole Holcomb. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Here's Pickett on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll throw again with Pickett. Escaping the pressure right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Next to score, Steelers 20, Browns nothing. Chris Boswell.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I love the ball.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score, Steelers 27, Browns nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deuce Vaughn with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point safely through. And the lead now down to 20. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot
best.
on the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Second down. Here's Pickett. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Looking to throw, Pickett. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pickett. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Presley Harvin now.
In punt formation for the Steelers.
And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From his goal line here, Watson.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance going for it on 4th.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
Escapes the defender.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Harris starts the drive on the ground.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
At the 28-yard line.
Pickett will look to throw it here. Setting up the screen, Harris.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves. Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he takes this one down almost all the way to
30. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Now they fake the jet sweep there and a run instead with Harris.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. On 4th down, Watson. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Harris running straight ahead. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Myles Garrett, the all-pro defensive end, there on the stop.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Pickett looking to throw on 2nd down.
He finds his target, Allen. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Well, from deep in the end,
and all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Here's Watson.
They'll set up the screen to Vaughn. Finding room at midfield.
And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal.
And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run again with Harris. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
The Pickett finding Johnson there. 1st down, Steelers.
And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
It's brought in by Harris. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this is a situation where as a head coach you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Watson on 1st down. He'll buy some time right.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Vaughn. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Watson off play action. They'll roll him out right.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Joey Porter Jr. in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
3rd and 9 here.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defensive.
Run it back, 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 run it back. Lost everything I ever wanted it back. Got a problem, never run from that. Have fun with that. Get the W, then double back. That shit. Watch how I react. Fight back, stay down. Now we taking off, cut the flight. Promise you if anybody can hold me, I can. Get the right man, baby, I'm my own hype man. Yeah. Run it back, run it back, run it back, and run it back, run it, ooh, run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back. About to snap, take a photograph. Run it back, let's turn around. Run it back when I turn around. I be back like another van. Ultra fast. I ain't with the boulder dash. Running back. Face back with the shoulder pads.
Run it back, watch your back. You think I want it cream, but I like it black. Not the act, and run it back. And you see how I act, but then I lack. Feeling like a fatal heart attack. I'd die for that. I ain't stressed about it. I think less without it. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high-key. Running back, let me have it back. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high-key.
Yes, like that. Solo might be right back. Oh, yes, like that. I told her I might be right back.
Run it back. Told him put the money in the bag. Double that. Run it back. Told him put the money in the bag. Double that. Double that.
Run it back.
Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run
it back. 100 stack in the truck with expired tag. Punch the gas, running to the future. Past, I'm done with that. But if I need to, then I'm coming back. Yeah, that's a fact.